I'm going to pick up right where I left off, and we're just going to jump in, do a little bit of gameplay, and see what else we can figure out here. So let's see, we've got a few options here for our tech tree. Why don't we move on and get some mushroom log sterilization. We don't want any dirty mushrooms going out to any of the people in our village. Oh, and we have been given a gift for good relationship. And some medicine. Okay, so yeah, where I left off at the end of the first video, we had just gotten some farms situated. We've got some of our basic government buildings set up. We've got a trading post established, fishing lodge, foresters, fruit gatherers, some very basic production. But we want to kind of see what the next steps are going to be in this game. How much further? See, the whole premises of the first video was, is it better or worse than Banished? This is going to kind of see how much further can we go than Banished. I know that the Tailor was one of the last buildings, I think, that you get. It's been a while since I've played Banished, but I know that they also had a Tailor. And let's see, how are we doing? We're going to make clothes from leather or wool, neither of which I have. So we're going to want to get down a way to get some leather. So let's do that hunting lodge. And we've got a lot of land down here that has not yet been used. So I'm thinking this could be a mighty fine spot. We've actually got a lot of animals over here already. So hopefully they'll kind of move this direction a bit. That should be a good spot for that. And, ooh, don't like how that lines up with the road, but that's alright. I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever I am placing down roads, I don't know, I like everything to line up perfectly. And sometimes that is just simply not the case. So that should get our leather production going. That'll open up the possibility for the Tailor. Let's speed things up here a little bit. And we unlocked these. Looks like really it's our wood production that's suffering the most. I think I only have one forester, and we've got plenty of stone. We can give him some upgrades. And then, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and get a second forester when the time comes. We can put him down by, or her, gotta be progressive here. We can put another forester down here by the, oh, what the heck is that? The hunter's cabin or lodge, or let's see if we can find another one. I hate spending more money than I have to, but we're doing okay. There we go, forester. And that should, ooh, it's turning to winter. Yeah, we're gonna want to make sure that our wood production is not suffering once winter begins. So let's go ahead. We're gonna cut down some non-fruit trees. This is another thing that makes this pretty similar to Banished, is the ability to manually go through, whether it's stone, wood, and just kind of whack down some trees. Caravan has arrived. Well, we know that we will not be trading any wood with them, but we can see what we have an influx of. I think we're doing, yeah, we got a pretty good food supply. We need money though, and we've got a lot more stone and coal. So let's see, we'll do that, and another productivity book certainly can't hurt. Town has advanced to Era 2. Oh. Furniture workshop. I'm not really worried about that. It's kind of nice that they offer some features here to make your re-rolling and card selection cheaper. That's a nice touch. Why don't we continue on with, I guess we'll do the blacksmith. And then I'd like to get some bread going eventually, so Happy Bread Day sounds nice and positive. Storage is filling up. Well, we've got wood now, so maybe that's why our storage is filling up. Let's put some storage over here by our farms. Do a little bit larger of a storage area. Oh, you know, I had forgotten that I already had a hunting lodge. Okay, well, we're going to have two. And that's okay, because I really don't think that our meat production was very high. Yeah, one of the things that I've been hearing about this game, some people have been complaining that the fruit gatherers are collecting food at a substantially higher rate than a lot of the other sources of food. And you can see I just have one fruit gatherer down, and I'm getting over 1,000 oranges per year. And I've got 2 hunters' cabins down right now, and it's still making less than the fruit gatherer. So that's definitely something that needs to be balanced out here. Same with wheat. I've got 3 fields of wheat, and it's only making 379 per year. That's pretty unfortunate. But overall, I mean, there's definitely going to be some balance issues that need to be figured out here. But that's going to take time. This game hasn't even been out for a month yet on early access. Blacksmith card. My hand's getting kind of full, so we're not going to do that. I would like the windmill, though. I'm going to assume that that's, yeah, the windmill and the bakery. Probably going to be what's going to cultivate our wheat here and turn it into bread. I'm not... No, I got to get rid of something because I want this bakery. I can throw the productivity book into something. That would probably be the most logical thing to do. And being that... Yeah, we already got a book in that one. I guess we'll do it in this one here. And then we will buy the bakery. So, yep, so windmill is going to turn our wheat into flour. And then the bakery makes the wheat flour into bread. No point in getting a candle maker right now. We should focus on, well, not that we really need food, but if we're going to expand, we're going to want another source of food eventually anyway. And it looks like this does not make our people sad when it's close by, nor does the bakery. So that's good. We can throw the bakery probably right downtown, giving people prime access to lots of bread. And the caravan has come to town again. We really have way too many oranges. We've got oranges coming out of our ears. But I can use, there's a card that lets me sell half of my food at once, and I'm thinking that would probably be the best option here. I also think I neglected to ever upgrade my town hall, so I think I should probably take a look at that, because I've got a lot of money on me right now. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I guess I did it once. Okay, we're going to move it to level 2. That'll allow us to throw in cooperative fishing and Happy Bread Day. It is a Happy Bread Day, indeed. Let's see here. I'm thinking we want to get some stuff to... I re-roll a lot more than I probably should. I don't know if that was the intended purpose, is to just slowly take away money at me. Eat away little bits at a time. But it tends to. Iron mine, I don't think that I need that right now. Ooh, and the smelter is quite pricey. So, yeah, I think that was probably a good call. And we are out of wood again. Look at that. Okay, so we are going to give this its upgrades. Also, I can't remember if we had a quarry or not. Let's take a look. Quarry 3, yeah. So we're going to want to maybe give them upgrades too. We've got plenty of money to do so. Let's just give all of that. We can continue our stone production, and we're out of medicine. You know, really, this is... Maybe me speeding it up was not in my best interest. So why don't we purchase some medicine? We've got the means to do so. So why don't we just... Yeah, we've got a lot of money right now. We'll buy 100 medicine. And then we should prepare ourselves to not have to do that in the long run. And Another nice thing here is the different overlay options. We can hide all of our trees. We can look at our fertility. It really makes planning out where we're going to put down a farm a lot easier. Let's see, and these can be a maximum of 64 spaces. We'll go with 60. That's a nice little spot for a farm. Beautiful. Okay, so we will have our medicine being produced then. And then we'll be able to use those herbs, make actual medicine. That'll be nice, and we won't have to buy any of that anymore. But I do have to get my wood production under control. That tends to be one of the things that I struggle with the most in this game. Food does not seem to be an issue. It's wood, and I know that I struggled a little bit of that when I played Banished also, where people were freezing left and right. They were dying. They're dying fast. Right now, it hasn't gotten to that point yet, and luckily it's now the end of winter, so shouldn't have to worry about people freezing to death anymore, but I have to have that under control by the time the next snowfall comes around. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to need to put in a third forester. It's kind of unfortunate that here I'm pretty sure I only have one fruit gatherer. Let's take a look at our statistics here. Fruit gatherer. Yeah, I've got only 2 people gathering fruit, and we've just got fruit out the wazoo. And it's just not the same situation here with the forester. They are not able to cut trees down fast enough. And maybe part of that is I don't have a source of coal yet. I mean, we do have a charcoal burner, but we don't have people directly mining coal. I'm going to assume that that's a faster way to do it. I don't know. Let's see if it gives the production breakdown here. So this is going to turn 7 wood into 10 coal. That's probably part of what's eating up our wood. So why don't we try to focus on that? Let's get a coal mine going. Oh, and perfect. We've got one available right here. And this is a region where we can get some coal. So, at least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, might have to do it on this mountain, though. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get coal production going. Unfortunately, we need wood to build what's going to get us our coal, so that doesn't help us right now. But once we have that coal coming, that should reduce our amount of wood that we're burning to heat our homes. So that'll be a step in the right direction. Let's see, let's speed things up. Let's get that finished. I might have to have them manually cut down some more trees here too. Otherwise, they may not even be able to build that. Thinking one of the next places we're probably going to expand is going to be right in this area here, so I wouldn't mind cutting down the trees that are going to be there. That'll just be in anticipation of expansions to come. We'll just cut down everything here. Just a little bit. Give us a surplus of wood that we can use for some construction. Looks like this did finish though. So let's give this its upgrades right away. We want to. Yeah, we've got plenty of stone now because we already put the upgrades on that. And we have no shortage of coinage right now. However, we do have people leaving due to homelessness. So that was a perfect segue that we just cleared this out because we are going to need to build some more houses. And this is actually probably a perfect time to talk about the fact that most everything in this game is card-based, but not everything. Down here there is the option. You're able to build roads, houses, storage yards, bridges, and farms. And a few other things do continue unlocking throughout the game. For example, farms. You don't start with farms. You unlock that later. So there are some things that you can build all the time. Still costs wood, but you don't have to pay money to buy those cards. So that's kind of nice. That would be incredibly frustrating if you had to wait for a house card to come up in your deck in order to use it. We'll do that one too because, like I said, I re-roll way too often when choosing my cards because I am so incredibly undecisive. Archer Barracks. So how this game works is you don't actually create any physical soldiers, which I have kind of mixed feelings about. I think it'd be kind of neat to see them implement a way where you can actually send units out and go attack other villages because this is a multiplayer game and you want to have multiplayer interaction. But it doesn't have that. Instead, you have influence. So I have right now about 1,800 influence points. I can then use these influence points to try to take over another person's village, and then it's kind of like a war where we try to choose how many influence points are we going to spend to see who wins. So you're not actually sending physical units, but there is some degree of combat, I guess. And there's also ways that you can kind of, mess with your enemies. You can steal their people, and I think you can kidnap them. So there is still a lot of player interaction. You can also build roads between cities. So this is kind of a neat thing. If you have someone that you're playing with, you can actually, I don't think I have it unlocked yet. No, you'll get another option for another type of road. It's like an international or something road. And you can build that in between, outside of your territory, in between your city and someone else's. And then once you have your villages connected, you're able to then begin trading. And you can choose what you want to have being traded. See, I have the option right here to set a trade offer. So I can choose what I want to trade, and then people can then come and visit me, and they can trade that with me. That's in addition to also just the sort of international trade network, which is an automatic system that they have set up, where I can every few minutes I can just send things off. But when I'm setting things in my own town hall, I get to set the price for it rather than using the market price, which is constantly invariable. It's moving, it's an influx, it's going up, it's going down. You have to actually watch your market rates and try to figure out when the best time is to sell something. It's an incredibly intuitive design. It really makes this game fun. But anyway, let's slow things down again because I've been talking too much, and even though I got people giving me money for a good relationship when I haven't interacted with anybody. Let me zoom out here again. You can just see how big this map is. Again, this is a medium-sized map, so you can see that I haven't even filled up, a fifth of the entire map. This game is massive. I mean, I haven't even spawned a large map to see how big this is. And you can see that they do have AI villages. Let's zoom in on, let's see, this is one of the bigger ones. They aren't super intelligent right now. They've kind of said for the time being just to sort of ignore the AI villages. But they are out there, they are expanding, they are doing some things, they're just not doing very much right now. So that's an example of one of those. I think I have another one that's kind of neighboring me. Yeah, oh, we're actually touching territory right now. So if this was another actual human player, this could be, perfect grounds for some sort of conflict to be happening here. But obviously I do not need to be worried about Borghild, because they are, I don't think that they're going to be taking me over anytime soon with their 22 citizens when I have 68. I probably have a lot more influence points than they do. But anyway, I'm still talking too much. I've got the bakery put down. I never put down the windmill. So we have wheat and we have a bakery, and they're just sitting around waiting for flour, and they aren't getting any. Let's put down this windmill. I think it would look very pretty if we had a windmill right here along the river. That's sort of the, I guess, not really the American dream, more like the European dream of the mid-ages. But we'll put that down, and I'm thinking way too much about where I want to put this windmill. Let's just slap it down right over here, I think. We'll put it right here. Okay, and we're doing a little bit better on our wood now. Looks like that's not going to be quite as much of a struggle. Now that we have our coal production, let's take a look here. We have a 577 yearly coal production. What are we getting from this? I don't know if there's a way to actually break it down what you're getting from each individual building. But either way, I'm going to make the executive decision that I don't want to have this charcoal burner anymore because that's eating up my wood. I would rather just mine this coal straight from the mountain. So this building, we're going to get rid of that. There we go. I want to keep as much wood as possible because, yeah, I'm already struggling with it again. And I built a field, and, oh, shoot, this was my mistake. I did not put down the medicinal herbs. So even though we could have medicine right now, as you can see, we do not. That is a mistake. I'm going to have to trade for medicine again. Luckily, again, money is not an issue right now. There's other areas that I'm currently slacking in. So you can see how this international, or I guess whatever you want to call it, market is going to work. So this isn't going from any of the actual AI players. Let's just do 150 this time so we don't have to deal with that again. Okay, and so then this little progress bar here is going to let us know when the medicine is available for us to pick it up. So it does take a little bit. It's got the potential here that some people are going to get sick in the meantime because I screwed up. I blame administration. And it looks like, oh, that's a little bit of a bug. So we've changed the crop that we had planted in this field. You could see that this farmer was already in the process of harvesting the wheat, and now the medicinal herbs are growing up through the middle of the hay bales. So that is not ideal, but that's all right. Little bitty quirks like that are not going to affect gameplay. This game is still incredibly polished for it being early access. Also looks like we have a region over here for some cannabis farming. And, oh, what's this? A tribe. Okay, we've got a native tribe that is focused around cannabis farming. There we go. I think it is a good time to potentially take this over. Tribal village that might want to join your city. Okay, well, I hope they want to join us and not want to attack us. So I guess let's see. So yeah, you can see the three options here for claiming this territory. We've got our influence points, we've got money, and we've got food. Right now, it looks like food, we're like teetering on the edge. We're making just as much food pretty much as we are eating. So influence points are probably going to be what's best to do this here. We also got we'll take another productivity book. And we've now reached Era 3. Okay, I guess we're going to have to look back at getting this territory here in just a second. But in the meantime, let's get our we're going to want to get that medicine maker because that's one of the areas that we're struggling in right now. So we'll take that, and all right, let's get back to this. So we want to claim this province. So that's only going to cost us 626 out of, we've got almost 2,500 influence points, so that's not too bad at all. And the little native tribe here wishes to join our city. So they didn't attack us. I don't know if they can attack or not, but they did join our village peacefully. So that's good. Not very historically accurate, but that's good. So we'll accept that, and that's going to throw our population just over our housing capacity. So why don't we pause? Let's take our book. What do we want here? We're going to do this one. Oh, hand limit reached. Shoot, I have not been paying attention to that again. You know, I don't think we need this mushroom farm. Yeah, we're going to sell that, and then we'll take this book. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Even though this game is card-based, you can't build whatever you want, whenever you want. You have to wait to get these cards to pop up. You choose what you want. They go into your hand. Some people are not going to like that. But for me, it isn't an issue because there's so much stuff that you have going on. Your hand is going to get full of cards. Even though you are a little bit limited in what you're doing, you're planning ahead, you're taking the cards you want. It doesn't really become an issue. So the card system, even though initially I thought was going to bother me, it hasn't been an issue. So if that's a reservation that you have about this game, I wouldn't worry about that. It's definitely not. It still feels like you have a lot of choices and you can do basically whatever you want whenever you want. Okay, anyway, I kind of forgot what we were doing here. We got our windmill going though. Look at that. We've got a nice breeze going and flour is being produced. Storage is full though, so we got to make sure we have storage for that flour that's going to get made. Let's do that. So let's put that, might as well just put it right over here on the other side of this windmill, I think. I don't think that there's a road here. Yeah, we can just, that'll be a big storage place. That's going to get our bread going. That is going to be awesome. Again, not that we really need it right now. Okay, we were building houses. That's what we were doing because we just consumed that native tribe. And so we are going to continue our housing development, and I'm thinking that we're just going to continue moving south along these other houses here. So it looks like we got a couple people watching right now. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game right now. I'm looking at the chat. Let me know, have you bought it? Are you thinking about buying it? What brings you here? I'm probably going to keep going with this for, about another 20, 30 minutes or so, just continuing to show you some gameplay before I head off to work here today. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I've really enjoyed this game. I've been super impressed by it. And I really like the design of it. It's just, here, let me close out of this so you can see the trees again. It isn't super realistic. I mean, it does still kind of have that little bit of a cartoony element to it. But I think that it's really appealing. I think that, again, it looks a lot like Banished, and it plays a lot like Banished. So anyway, let's keep going here. We now have, let's resume this. We've got our medicine that's glitching out inside of this field. So far, that's one of the only bugs I've really found for the game. So hopefully that will continue growing it, because we need it. But even if we don't have it in time, it looks like our medicine will be arriving in just about 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes if it was at ×1 for speed. So let's move that up. Let's get their medicine here. We seem to be running low on wood production again. Man, that is really a struggle of mine. Oh, and you can see that we do have some people that are getting a little bit sick. Hopefully nobody's going to die before the medicine arrives. Unlock province conquering. So yeah, so this is kind of what I was talking about before, where, here, let me slow this down for a second. Yeah, and vassalization. Ooh, easier said. Okay, you can vassalize another city with influence points, and so I don't know exactly how much that costs, but we can take a look at that. Oh, and we've produced 1,000 beer, so look at that, quest completed. And wow, lots of pop-ups. Okay. So if we go and take a look, oh shoot, okay, and a caravan. Let's do this really quick. Let's just sell stone. We've got a bunch of it. If we go and we take a look at, say, our neighboring city over here, we could technically take them over. We could vassalize them for 420 of these influence points. And so they could then fight back. And I'm pretty sure how it works is we just kind of keep placing influence points back and forth until someone places more than the other person. So it is in a way like you're sending actual units, but you're not. It's all just point based, and I kind of like that. You know, the focus of this game, I think, should be, you know, who can create the best city, not who can create the best army and take over the city. There's plenty of games out there that are all based on combat. I like that isn't a primary focus of this one. I think that's nice. But again, if that's, you know, the type of game that you're wanting, this might not be the best game to suit you. Why don't we put down our barracks? We can get some more influence points. Maybe that can kind of be our end goal here. Maybe that can be what I try to do before I end this video here today. We can try to bring up our influence points, and we can try to vassalize Borghild. Over here, looks like this must be some sort of, I don't know, maybe Scandinavian city that we have neighboring us. So we'll try to do that, and then maybe that's where we'll end it here for today. So let's speed things up again. I think we got our medicine now. We sure did. Still struggling on wood. I feel like I'm a broken record. I just keep saying we're struggling on wood. So I'm going to put down a 3rd woodcutter's lodge. Let's see if we can't find that. Oh, forester. And so let's take that card. And we've already got, might already have 3 actually. Yeah, we already have 3. I guess we're going to do a 4th one. I really hope I don't have to do more than that, because that's kind of ridiculous. But, I mean, I guess, you know, in actual society, you're probably going to have more than one person cutting wood. So, whatever. I didn't live during that time, so, and thank God. I don't think I would have the upper body strength to go out and be cutting wood all day, so. Not when I'm sitting on a computer all day. Anyway, so... Ooh, 4 immigrants from Luna want to join you. They think your city is a lot better place to live. Look at that. And we have the housing space for this now. We only have 77 people, as you can see, currently living in our village, and we have the space for 102. So we can accept these immigrants. And you can't help but notice the wide smile that spread across an immigrant child as she enters her promised land. Wow, brings a tear to my eye. So glad that we could do that for you there, little girl. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to try to go ahead and conquer Borghild here. That'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of how the combat works in this game, even though it's not really combat. It's all just based off of influence points. So we're working on building our Archer's Barrack here. Actually, it looks like it is already complete. So it is taking wood. Oh, good. Another building that's using our wood. It's taking 10 wood and it's producing it into 100 influence points. And it looks like it's doing this. If we move it to ×1 speed. It looks like it's doing this about, I don't know, every minute or so. It says influence per season is 400. guess I don't actually know how long a season is, but okay, it's taking our wood faster than I'd like it to. So I guess it's a good thing that we kind of prepared and we built another forester. And we've got lots of stone, so we'll go ahead, we'll give that forester upgrades. Let's actually make sure that all of the other foresters also have these upgrades. And they do. Okay, so why don't we give this one another productivity book. It's going to increase the efficiency, or no, productivity by 20%. And then we do want to have these influence points, but we also don't want to be losing this wood. So this is a perfect opportunity to throw in the sustainability book, which is going to consume 40% less wood. Now, oh, and look at that. It actually shows us that in real time. 10 wood, 6 wood. How cool. Okay, so we've got this down. Our influence points, okay, it actually is going to give us a little bit of a breakdown of where these are coming from. So we are getting plus 20 from the town hall, 83 from the population, 70 from the luxury consumption, minus 33 from territory upkeep, and minus 5. Okay, so I guess I don't really know how much it's going to take, but why don't we try to take them over now? I think that now is as good a time as any. Let's just establish here. Yeah, we could go ahead and get some sheep. I think it'd be kind of cute to see some sheep running around. So let's go ahead and get some sheep. It'll research that, and then maybe, I'm assuming that that's going to bring up the possibility of making some clothes here too. Though I know I already have the tailor. Yeah, the tailor's already making clothes out of the leather from the hunters, but can probably make some clothes out of the wool. And then, perfect, this is the building that I had been waiting for, the medicine maker. Okay, again, here's another example of your production buildings can't be by where your housing is, because it makes them sad, which is stupid. If you have a whole place, you know, and its whole purpose is to be making medicine to keep you healthy, and you don't want to die, that's like the only thing that there was to do for leisure activities during this time, was not die. You would think that you would want that building to be close to you, but that is not the case. And it actually looks like we need 50 iron to build this. So we're going to move it up here, kind of to our production area. That way it's not down, making the people unhappy. That's another little bit of a bug here. So it's saying that it costs 50 wood. It says we don't have the 50 wood, but we do. We currently have 117. So that's a little bit of a glitch, but it is accurate about saying that we don't have the 50 iron. So now's going to have to be a time that we figure out a little bit of a source for iron and steel tools, which we are going to be making from iron. So I guess we're going to do that one more thing before we go and conquer, what is it called again? Borghild. Before we go conquer Borghild, we got to figure out iron. So let's take a zoom out here, and okay, yeah, so we do have an iron deposit close by. I was pretty fortunate that I built my city here right by coal and iron. I think that those are probably the two most important resources to have, and there really aren't a ton of them on the map. It seems like this game does heavily influence you. It heavily wants you to be trading. You're not going to get all resources, you know, you're not going to be able to be fully self-sustaining in this game. You're going to have to be trading either with other people or just the world market. So anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to spend a little bit of money and rotate through our cards. We want to get an iron mine, so let's buy that. Slap it onto this mountain here. Looks like we got a couple more people that are watching right now. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking of this game. Is it one that you're wanting to be buying soon? Do you already have it? What are your thoughts on this game here? Okay, so let's take a look here. Iron mine, and I think mine's back must face mountain, but it looks like it doesn't go into the mountain like the quarry. It looks like it just sits right in front of it here. So, okay, yeah, you know, that's cool. That works. We'll go ahead and slap that down right there, and let's get a road on here. Perfect. So that is what's going to be supplying us with iron, and looks like our storage is full yet again, which, I mean, I guess it's better to have full storage than empty storage, but nevertheless, still frustrating. So let's do another storage area there, and considering we're going to have an iron mine going up over here, I think we're going to want to have some storage space over here as well. So let's go ahead and put that down here. Also kind of frustrating that the storage spaces can't be any size. You kind of have to go along with, they're predetermined every two. But whatever. It still works as long as you have a place to store something. Whatever. Okay, anyway, so let's see. Do we have another global slot? We do not, but we can upgrade our town hall to level 4. So why don't we do that? And oh, perfect. So I'm pretty sure that brings up the possibility of setting where you want a building to send its resources. So you could say, you know, for example, specifically this iron mine, only send your resources to here. So that's kind of a nice feature. You can micromanage a little bit. Warehouse card, we don't want that right now, but I do want to try to find a blacksmith. So let's speed this up, get our next card rotation going. Okay. And we want to be making tools. So I'm about 90% sure that that is going to be our blacksmith. And I think that we already have that card because I would have swore I saw it. Oh, shoot. But we don't even have the iron smelter yet. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be a 3-step process. We have to... the iron mine, the iron smelter. Maybe I haven't unlocked the blacksmith yet. Maybe that's going to be what I have to trade for. Let's push these trees aside now again quick and bring up where we need to put this. So why don't we just slap it there. And then... yeah. I gotta... maybe for the time being, because our steel tools are only at 5 right now, I think that we should just trade to get some steel tools. And that is one of the most expensive things you can even buy. Let's go ahead. Oh, yikes. Let's just take... oh, I don't even want to buy 50 of them. Why don't we do... well, whatever. We'll do 50. No, that's over half my money. We'll do 30. All right, we'll get those on the way because we are going to need that. That's one of the things that you use to upgrade your buildings, if you haven't seen that already. Okay, anyway, we're gonna I think stop here pretty soon. So it looks like everything is in place. Let's go ahead and let's try to take over Borghild here, and hopefully this will not completely screw me over and leave me spread out too far. But I think it's worth a shot. We've got 4,000 influence points, so I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Let's take a look here. So we're going to try to conquer. You started attacking, and it looks like, okay, yeah, so this is about what I had kind of known. It shows the amount of influence points that we have, and it's showing that they currently have put 0 up. So you can basically imagine that these are, I guess, troops. So, I mean, we've got plenty. Why don't we go ahead and reinforce this a little bit? Let's get it up to 1,000. And let's see if they even put up a fight or if they're just gonna, I guess, let us come in and take them over. Looks like they've already got homeless people. We could solve their homeless problem. We could give these people of Borghild a better life. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna really do anything. Also shows that they have a 40% defensive power, I guess. I don't know how that's calculated. So that would be kind of interesting to hear a little bit more about that. Doesn't look like that they're putting up any of a fight, so I almost wonder if that's just something that hasn't been implemented yet. All right, so we have conquered them, and so, yeah, look at that. So it looks like we control the territory, but it is still a separate city. Yeah, so they have separate statistics here, it looks like. I mean, but it looks like, I'm assuming I can use must be inside our territory. Okay, so maybe this is just something that hasn't been implemented yet, or it's something that I just have not been able to figure out yet. But it's looking like right now that it's quite possible that this just isn't set up yet. But we did take them over, so I think that's going to be a perfect spot to just kind of let things sit here today. So I'll go ahead and save that. I think this was a really good way to kind of finish up where I had left off from making that review. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Until next time.